Today we will start with arrays. So initially what we are going to do, I'll just show you the layout 1 minute. So whenever we say array is nothing but collection of elements. Now if I say an integer array, unlike your Python or some other programming languages, all C, C++, Java, C Sharp, all of these things will follow simple uh, rule. That is, in a array, you need to have similar data types. When I say similar data types, that means that if I'm storing an integer, if I'm having an integer array, everything inside this particular array should be integer. So imagine I have taken int. Usually we will give notation like int a is equal to new int of 3, let us say, which means I'm considering or I'm declaring an array A of just 1 second. Okay. I'm declaring an array A of that is array will hold 3 elements. Okay. Imagine we have 11, 22, 33. These are 3 elements which is of type integer and my array can hold it. So initially we are going to do the single dimensional array. Single dimension in the sense we have only one continuous allocation of memory. We do not have a matrix format or something. It's just there where there is a continuous allocation of memory. How do I access these values? With something called as index. So this is 0th index, this is first index, and this is second index. Okay. Now this is nothing but always your index will start from 0. And if there are 3 elements, it will end at 2. If there are 10 elements, then it will end at 9. That means 0 to n minus 1. What is n here? N is nothing but the length of the array. What is the length of the array? 3. So from 0 to 2, the index will start from 0 and end at 2. So n is nothing but length of array. Okay. Now in the memory in the backend, imagine that mm, we have some particular random location which is 1000. Since it is a continuous block of memory arrangement, integer will hold 4 bytes. So the next memory is nothing but 1004. The next memory is nothing but 1008. So totally we have 4 into 3, that is 3 elements, and each element will hold 4 bytes. So totally how much you are going to process? You are going to give somewhere around 12 bytes of data. Okay. Now, if I have to create a class for single dimensional array, okay, and I'm going to give here com.arrays. Then here, there are multiple ways of initializing. If I'm having array A is equal to new int of 3, that means 3 elements you can store. So I can either store A of 0 is equal to 11, A of 1 is equal to some value, and A of 2 is equal to some value here. Okay. But imagine if we have 100 elements, then I cannot go on writing A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, assigning the values. Instead, what I can do, I can take a for loop. So for loop is for I is equal to 0, I less than 3, because total number of elements is 3, I plus plus. What do? I can assign A of I. A of I means A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. Because in the for loop, what do we have? We have I starting from 0. It checks whether 0 is less than 3. True. It comes here. A of 0 is equal to, for now, I'm just going to put some value. Okay. I'm going to give it as I plus 10. Okay, there is 0 plus 10. 10 will be there. In the next iteration, I will become 1. 1 is less than 3, which is true. 1 plus 10 is 11 and so on. Okay. Now, after this, if I want to print the elements, here, I can give elements equals, again, 3 times it has to print. That is A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. So int I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. So here, this is out A of I. I'm going to print this. Okay. Now, if I run this one, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, probably I do not want to, here we are going to hard code the value of array. I do not want to do this, but I want to make sure that the user will enter the array elements. So what should I do here? Even in this case, I have given 3, right? Instead of 3, I want to ask the user to enter how many number of elements he wants to keep it in a array. So what I'll do, enter length of array. Length will always be your integer. So I'm going to take int size. Okay. So if I have to take size and ask from the user and put it inside the variable size, I need to have obviously scanner. Okay. This is coming from java.util. You have to understand that. Now, here size should be equal to ob.next int. Okay, we have taken the size from the user. Now imagine he has given 4. That size I'm going to keep it here. That means an array A will be created of 4 elements. Okay, continuously arranged. Next, instead of 3 here, I'm going to keep it as size. But in this case, for the for loop, I want user to give me the element. So what I'll do, sys out, enter element for index I. Okay, equal to. And here instead of println, I'm just going to take print so that it will not go below, the cursor will not go down, it will be here so that you can enter the element. So what should I do here? A of I should be equal to ob dot next int. We'll run this. Here also I have to give size. Okay. Enter the array length. I'm going to keep it as 4. So index 0, 11, 22, 45, 66. So we have these elements here. So if you want the user to insert the number of elements, first we declare the size and ask the user to enter the array length. Probably here also you can keep it as system.out.print so that the cursor will stay there. And then you will ask the user to enter the size. Once you get the size, if it is 4, then obviously it will create an array of size 4. Now from 0 to 4, that means 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the indexes because if n value, that is size value is equal to 4, then index will run from 0 to size minus 1. Once that is done, you're going to put all the elements with respect to the index. So here enter the element for the index 0, it is here, and then I want to put equal to, that is a string, so I can concatenate with the plus symbol. Okay, if you run this again, here if I'm going to give it as 5, I can put 5 elements. Okay, that's it. This is single dimensional array. Okay.